Welcome to my studio. It is a mess. It is absolute chaos down here, Tom. We are in the thick of it. We just released our fall collection. I'm ramping up, gearing up. My first market of the season is in 2 weeks, y'all. I'm just gonna talk through like everything that's going on, the absolute chaos and madness that is here. Because I always have many things in flux. So each day is different from the last, which I love. Keeps it interesting, but I always have a running to-do list. I check things off, but then it keeps growing. So let me just kind of talk you through what is going on here. This will just be sort of like a hangout vlog style with Pammy. Happy? Okay, let's get into it. And I'm sorry if there's a lot of like wobbly camera stuff. I don't do this very often. I'm trying, so I'm still learning. So not the greatest, you guys, so just bear with me, okay? All right, y'all, this is absolute chaos. Oh my God. I am feeling very overwhelmed by what's happening over there. You know what? Let's start here at my workspace. So this is my studio. I am currently, oh, it looks like I just finished, been uploading clips for content. You know, when you're a small business owner, you also have to be a content creator. But I love YouTube. I love making content. I'm actually just learning how to do shorts. I learn something new every time in the process. But this is my workspace here. I got this from my girlfriend. She's an artist and she wasn't using this anymore. And I was like, yes, it's nice and big. I like to spread out, as you can see. Always need to be hydrating. I need ice cold water at all times. And it has to be covered so nothing gets in there, you know? Some of you get that. Nothing gets in there, right? Just my computer readers. I always have a lotion bar on hand. You guys, how stinking cute is that? Ugh. So yeah, just uploaded some clips. This is, and I tell you, if you are a content creator, business owner, you're doing all the things, you need to get yourself a hub. So like everything, let me show you. Everything is plugged in here. I'll link this if you guys are interested. It has 4 Thunderbolts, goes to my monitor, and then all these USBs. I didn't realize how many USBs. I have one for my camera. I have one for both my Mum Bum printer and then my Ego Tank. Yeah. Oh boy. I had to get this laptop after last year I spilled Nordic Pine all over my keyboard, and it only, like after a year, less than a year, it finally just stopped working. So, yikes. Anyway, this is where I sit, and then I have this huge chair. 2 cats can fit on here with me. I always have a sweater because I'm always cold, you guys. This is the vibe. I have this chair because when Pete is working with me, we're doing brainstorming, testing, whatever, he has somewhere comfortable to sit. This is packing supplies, perfume bottles, which I'm almost out of. This is my shipping scale, which I freaking love. I'll have links for all this down below. This is my Eco Tank, which I freaking love. Look at that. I just refilled the ink like May. Barely a dent, and I print a lot of stuff. So this is where I have all of my packing materials, stickers, things like that. I always put a fragile sticker on the boxes, a thank you sticker on the outside box or the inside, it depends. These are my new business cords. I love them. And then of course my new like thank you cards. I think these are pretty sexy as well. Ink for my stamp. Love, love, love it. Yeah, just other things. Making supplies. These are wrappers for jazz, you know, that use the heat gun for. What are these? Oh yeah, plastic syringes to like for making things. Shout out to Buckeye for making me magnets. Love, love, love. And then I have this. Where did I get this? I might have got this at Nashville Wraps. This guy. And the paper there as well. I'm trying to remember. But I love this. I use it for my wrapping. We try to use as little as possible so as not to clutter up the landfills. But if you know, you know, you know. I've got warmers here to melt these things down so then I can reuse them. This is just my making wall. This is where I make a lot. Anything that's not candles is over here. I have pipettes, always pipettes, reusable pipettes, This is for shampoo bars, love, conditioner bars, whatever. In my other video, I was like, I can't find any of my bench scrapers. I had just cleaned them and moved them and organized them in here. What up? They're right there. Can never have enough spatulas. These are jars that I've already cleaned, heat gun, and a mirror, because I used to film in here and I would check my reflex content stuff. These are just samples for my markets. Down here is where I have soaps, just more making things, always some paper towels, but of course, also if you saw my video, my tricks to just streamlining process and efficiency, shop cloths, reuse those cans, y'all. To auto melter, you know I love. This is just more packing stuff. These are my padded envelopes. These are new samples that I've made. Check it out. These are going to be my gifts with purchase. These are perfume samples for the fall. That's a new fragrance coming. Ooh, 7 stems. Tell me you don't love that name. You want it, right? So cute. Anyway, I love those. Spent a lot. I have 200 of those. Holy smokes. Yeah, just packing stuff. Here, I've been making all of my perfumes. So this is how I organize and bring to markets. So I have some of my inventory here, and then I have a cabinet that I just got that the other half will be moving into. I don't bring everything, but I bring a good amount. I would say I bring like 10 of each. And then I also have roller balls, but these are in another one. I don't know why that's there. I think I found it somewhere. But anyway, you'll see I've got some new fragrances here, like Milk Musk, girl. Saffron Skin, girl. Orchid Oud, Dark Oud, come on now. And Reserve number 9, you guys, holy smokes. Oh, and how could I forget? Violet Gin, shut up. I started working on these a long time ago. This is a late edition, but anyway, these will be coming very soon. The creatives that I got for these are so dope, if I do say so myself. So I got these, there are wine like stem glass holders. I just took out the inserts because I need to use all the space, and I've left room because I have more stuff to pack. This is my stamp swell. These are for me. This is what I use. I used to compare as well. But anyway, these are things that I don't sell. If I have a bigger bottle and I'm going to use it, I don't keep the sample here. I keep it together. I mean, I will always use the sample first, but this is just how I organize my ish. I print these out on the Cricut. I showed that in a previous video. Yeah, this is just all of the labels and things that I use for different products. I try to use the similar labels across different products to save money so I can buy in super bulk. My Cricut, just more, I have a ton of tripods. I think part of fragrance oil collecting is tripod collecting, I swear. Extension cord, you never know when you're going to need it. This is my cutter. I'm still not good with the straight, even though I have this guide. I suck. Trash bags, of course, and then just different supplies. Cricut. I keep these because I use them to test cut for shape, like for sizes. So I don't want to use what I don't want to use those, which goes on the final product to test. So I keep a bunch of these. Just more backup. Oh, I got some extras from my Texas. I'd like to have these on hand so when I run out and I need to make something quickly, I can just do it. You'll see I have those up there as well. Just extra office supplies. I just got a restock of my business cards because I ran out. Rubber bands. If you know, you know. Comment below. Do you know? Yep, these are all my extra. I need to order more. And my thank you cards that came with my business cards, and just more supplies. This is my extra ink for fountain pens, everything that needs to be charged, it's here. Yeah, just labels that I use, things like that. Y'all have seen this as well. This is my fragrance cabinet. Oh, I just kind of reorganized it, but oh man, these are so, and I love it. I love you. You know what I wanted to mention? With the packing supplies, purchase those boxes from a local supplier. If you can, do not buy them from like a Uline or whatever. You'll spend so much more. This is from a local company here in Austin, and the prices are great. I was comparing to what I was spending before. I'm like, what was I doing? Also, you're packing peanuts. The shipping on those, because it takes up such a lot of like square footage, that's why it's so expensive to ship, even though I don't weigh none. For me here, Staples doesn't sell the big bags, which would be cheaper, but U-Haul does. U-Haul, and they ship for free. And it's like $18 for the huge bag, you guys. So always shop around and compare with shipping and tax how much these supplies cost you, because you could probably be saving a lot of money if you're not already doing that. Now that these are clean, I'm just gonna put these away here. I have a separate video on this stuff, so stay tuned for that. But these bins that I am sorting out right now, it's for candle pouring potties. So just trying to get everything reorganized into here. I won't get into any of that stuff because I'll have a separate video. So kind of set you up here. Oh yeah, and the same thing. I'm so grateful 2 Auto is sponsoring my candle pouring potties. So they sent me this melter, which I love. I already have it. I use it for beeswax for my body products. So I'm just gonna kind of scoot that over here. I feel like all the candle pouring party stuff, I need to just like fix it right now. Let me do that. Let me just speed through this, get everything in here. So you can see my Chandler and Me is down here. I have a video unboxing that and using it with my real-time thoughts if you want to check it out. This is basically like, I use these as my sinks. So whenever I'm making, you can see here, I need to clean it. It smells really good, but yeah, I use those filters to wrap my lotion bars. These are just empty. I use those for testers. Anytime I can reuse anything, that is, it's always a win in my book. I have a lot of folks who pay for priority mail shipping, so I just got more of these. These are the large boxes. They're the flat rate. Fits a lot of stuff in there, so people that buy candles and body products. And then I have all the other sizes here. You can see I need more of these. Medium. There's 2 different medium sizes, but anyway, I just keep that there because it's super helpful. Anyone that purchases priority mail shipping, I don't schedule a pickup for it. I take it to the post office. So any pickups that I have, I will just take it. I won't even have them come here because, you know, time is of the essence. Under here, this is where I have my pouring pitchers. I feel like I'm in drag. I don't want to get up here right now. Oh my God. This is all of my tester jars. This is my heat gun. I just keep it in here. It's just a lot easier. It catches it and I don't have to worry about it, you know, scoot down. I keep it plugged in right here. But yeah, everything, all of my tester jars I keep here. You can see like when I'm testing, let me bring you closer. These are vessels for my jars. These are my 8.5 ounce jars. And then I have my big juicy jars. And then these are vessels. Can you see? And then vessels like this. When I'm out and finding things, like I love these fluted vessels. They're not for the business, but they're candles I love to have at home because they're beautiful. And then of course, same thing here. I got this Posh jar, love. And anything that comes in from the manufacturer where it's broken and like, see, it's got that weird lip. Cannot sell it like that, so I just have those here. I will oftentimes make these for like, especially around fall, holiday, fill these up. I think it's so important, you guys, burn your products, use your products, you know, enjoy your products. Makes me so happy when I'm like, oh, that's mine, I made that, and it's filling up my home. Also, purchasing from other makers, burning and having their things around my house brings me a lot of joy as well. An extra case of wax here. And then these black tins that I use for custom, I used to use these for my candle teaching classes. I did them in person in LA out of my home. But now that I'm here, I am not doing it. I would like to. If there's a chandler that is local, it's like, oh, I want to learn how to make candles, I can absolutely do that. I have the space here to do that. I actually had a much smaller studio in LA, so it's kind of nice. But I like to use these tins, and of course, like people that had their own vessels that they want to bring, they could bring those as well. But whenever we're making candles, we'll always make double so that I can burn with them at the same time, and we can do it together and see if what we're seeing is the same. One of my favorite tools is this funnel. So juicy. I can pour multiple candles from here. It's super easy to clean. You know, wipe it out, spritz it with alcohol, wipe it out, and you are good to go. A lot of people ask if I use soap and water. Like I see a lot of people use Dawn dish detergent. There's no reason you need to clean these like you would dishes, right, that you use in your kitchen. You simply just need to wipe out the residual wax, use a heat gun if you let them sit, hit it with alcohol, and then wipe again, and you're good to go. It's more time and energy on your pot, and time is money, to bring these to the sink. There's zero reason that you need to do that. Of course, it makes you feel better and you're happy and you like to do it, go ahead. I say this about a lot of things. Think about how that will scale, right? Let's say you have your own store and you've got other folks working for you and they're pouring candles. Do you want to pay them to take those to the sink? When it's completely unnecessary, but do you want to pay them an extra hour of time or however long? I mean, if you have a lot of candles and you have a lot of pouring pitches, it's a lot of cleaning. Think about that with all of your processes. As you are growing your business, will it scale? Will it scale? People that like wrap their candle jars in towels and put it on a heating plate, are you gonna do that when you're pouring 1,000 candles? It's not scalable, so think about that. Oh, and this is just all of my waxes. So, hello. So I got all of my waxes here, wicks. I just have, like when you're making body products or whatever, you're using the burn, you need to like pick things up. That's why I have this. I still haven't had any time to dig into or to go back to the Sozo wax. I haven't had time to film. I have this mica powder set from Hive and Honey. All of this is just time. Oh, this is for my soaps. Okay. Soy, everything is soy. I have the Luxe Pure. I have the, what's this one? Oh, this is the soy blend. I think, I gotta look and see. I don't remember. This performed pretty well though, so. And you know, I did the Luxe Pure Soy. It's the beads. And then this is more cocoa apricot, so. It's always good to be playing with different waxes. I used to not do that, and now I love doing it. But I'm always looking at soy, and then the cocoa apricot I think is pretty fun as well. I need to figure out the organization over here. Just, I don't know, everything just lives here. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. This is Jigglypuff. This is my favorite Pokemon. Makes me happy, so he gets to hang out with the other things that make me happy, which is fragrance oils. These are tester candles that I made for while I was making fall testers, and I've since moved on. This has been months. I think I poured these in June. So this is just a fragrance oil that I'm like, ooh, how is that gonna perform? Which one is this? This is Black Leather and Vetiver from Wholesale Supplies Plus. It's Crafter's Choice. That is sexy. That is gorgeous. It's like leather forward, but soft. It's like a soft plush leather. That is good. Also, look at that taupe. I know the wig is crooked, but. Oh yeah, this is Spiced Crumble. This is Vine Vita. That is really good. This is like an apple crumble. It smells like the taste of an apple crumble. Didn't make the cut. Great cold throw. Just an okay hot throw. Oh, and then this is just Oreo cookie. My husband is an Oreo fan. I have one of my VIP clients, her family, I think it was her mom. Huge fan. So, oh man. I always make an extra one when I make candles for her because these are just jars that I need to put away that I had from my last pour. And then, of course, I showed this in one of my other videos. These will be here in like a week. I cannot wait. Where they sublimate my logo on there. George. Oh my God. So let me go put these away. They don't need to be here, so I'll be right back. Oh, this goes with that twaddle melter. Let me go put this in the bin because that goes there. These are more testers that I need to, so these can just be put away. I'll burn them at some point. I'm just too busy right now with burning other testers. This is Super Bloom from Sensory. This is a musky, sweet floral that smells like, I would put this in everything. I have not test burned it yet, but you guys, I'm looking to bring this into spring. Holy smokes. But the other one that I got from Sensory was called At the Florist. So I just wanted to see like which one would be like that elevated floral that I want. This is more of like a fresh floral, like greens, florals. Yeah, if you go into a florist shop, it almost has like that dewiness that you smell on the flowers. It's great, but the Super Bloom, you guys, oh, shoot, it is so stupid. There's a familiar note in here to a lotion that I used to wear. I don't remember. If I remember, I'll put it somewhere here, but don't be disappointed if I don't. Anyway, I do need to test those. I always have these USB lighters. Let me put these away since we're gonna kind of clean as we go. Forgot to show, I do have this accordion file of labels and like all the samples that I get. Like, so Avery ships out a great sample pack. Got Print, same thing, just all of the different sizes, finishes, textures, things like that. I like to keep it all organized in here, and then anything that I pre-print, I put in here as well, and I just sort of organize it based on size and the product that it's used for. It just helps me stay organized. So I highly recommend that. Whatever your system is, lean into that because it'll really help keep you organized and like on top of everything. So before I go to print, I will look there and see, do I need this or not? So let me scoot you around. This is my Hive and Honey order. I just needed to order more tester wicks. I always recycle these as well, wherever I can. I got a bunch of new oils that I'm super excited to try. I just figured, logic. I would just add a couple. I got Sensual Amber, Patchouli Star, Sandalwood and Sunlight, La Jardine, or whatever, however you say that. Again, just another floral that I wanted to try, but it's Super Bloom. Oh my God. I'm still gonna put it in wax just to see. And then Ambered White Pumpkin, which was also the samp that she included. I'm like, well, I already got it. So, oh, I like that. Ooh, it's a pretty spice. What does it say? Cinnamon clove, amber cedar. Yeah, it's just spicy. It's really pretty with sandalwood and vanilla. Definitely a nice modern take on a pumpkin that isn't like pumpkin spice, pumpkin latte, blah, 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 blah. So I already refilled my wicks. This is just an extra 100 bag backup. So I'm gonna put that in my closet. So I will figure these out in a bit. I need to swatch these, honestly. But I just don't, this is for like in the downtime. What's that? I don't know. I'm gonna organize these up here. Oh, Sensory. This is just dedicated. I'm just gonna keep building onto my stamps for that. So my Hive and Honey is up there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just to like scoot them out. Sorry, I'm trying to scoot you back, but I don't think I can get it in the shot. You guys, this is a mess. I'm so sorry. Please bear with me. Bear with. I don't think I can do because I do need to step on my stool because, yeah, I'm a shorty. So I have a foldable step stool because I'm short. And that's the way I will organize. So everything's alphabetical. Okay? It is. So let me do this real quick. So these are salts that I pulled because I'm going to make a set, like a bundle set. And I use these paper, I use these craft paper tubes from the Paper Tube Company. I love these. These are pretty excellent. Let me see. They all come with a little... Anyway, they're perfect. They're nice and big and they fit 2 of these, which I freaking love. So I'll do one now. I've got a label video that's coming as well. Bergamot and white tea. I love this fragrance. It is from Candela. And then I have a coconut rosewood. So these are such a beautiful complement to each other. This is an oil from Aztec. So you can see it fits so perfectly. And then I'm just gonna put the top on. So the way I like to put these together is there is a seam here and then there's a seam on the lid. So if it's off or whatever, I just like to do that. And then that's kind of like the back. So I'll turn it 180 and I will put the label here. Let me show you one that I have. Hold on. These are the other sets. So I'll have 3 or 4 different sets for people to choose from. Anyway, I think they're so sharp. I really love them. Let's just pack a bunch of these. These are the Avery labels. They're a vinyl waterproof, water resistant. I print them on my Eco Tank and it's an inkjet. This works for inkjet and laser jet. But anyway, there are people that say that these don't work. I've been using them for over a year and I also have them in my own shower and it works. They're waterproof, working for me, but listen, if it's not working, it's not working for you. I don't know what to say. Oh, I think I did grab enough. If you're going to a market and you're unsure about a scent, or you're unsure about like a bundle package. First of all, people love sets. They love to save money. If they can get 2 for a reduced price than 1, they'll go for the set. But if you are unsure, especially if you're a new Omeka and markets are new for you, or the holiday winter scene is new for you, this is your first year, just make a couple. Don't commit to a lot. Don't commit to this kind of packaging. These tubes are not cheap. Look for something else, but just get a read. So if you sell out, that means that crowd at that show loved these. I wouldn't say it means go all in because you could go to another market the next weekend and you don't sell any. So it's kind of like, it's so hard to know. You just sort of have to balance the vibe, read the room. If there are notes in here that you see people are maybe picking up your sniffer and tester and they're like, and some are like, oh, I like that one note, but not the others. It's still feedback, right? Doesn't mean you remove it entirely, but you know, don't make more. Wait, you go to the third market, again, you sell out. It just really depends on the crowd. If there's anything you can do to help sell it, like people can pick up a candle and smell it, you can't open this up and smell it. So I use these little 1 ounce tins and I put it in front of the sample like this. So people, and I'll do it like this. And I'm gonna record a market, how I set up for markets this fall. I have a ton of markets to go to. So I have it like this. So people go, ooh, bergamot and white tea, and they can pick this up. It's amazing. It'll sell itself. So, and then they're looking, ooh, I can get 2. So this is the other scent that I have here. Oh my God. There is oud in here, but I do not tell people that because most people don't know what oud is. For the frag heads that come in, they know what oud is. Or for people who have smelled oud, they're like, ugh. You have to be careful with the notes that you share. Like patchouli, it's another polarizing fragrance that if you were to put patchouli on a label or as a scent note, you might alienate them because they're automatically gonna go, nope, I don't like patchouli. But you may barely smell the patchouli. I'll give you an example. Hive and Honey, pumpkins and patchouli. Everybody I know that I've recommended that to, Chandlers, have said, oh my God, you are so right. I hear patchouli and I was like, no, but then they got it, they put it in wax and they were like, holy crap. Pumpkins and patchouli is a banger. I'll give you another example. Rose. It's a tough one. Even for, and it's tough for me too, because it has to be a good rose. There is rose in here, but I'm not calling it rose. I'm combining different scent elements to make rosewood. So it's just all in how you market. It's like all in how you package your products. One more. Oh God. Oh God. She's all hands. Another one really quickly is leather. It's good or it's not, right? People are like, yeah, give me the leather. And then others are like, absolutely not. So, know who your client base is, know what they're into. And if you're trying to inject something new to open up their horizon, just, do it very intentionally. And if you're clever, I mean, you can sell ice to an Eskimo, right? So I am bringing a dozen of these to start, to see how it does. I have an extra one here to see what people think, because it's so easy to make those. If I had to come home and make more, I could. A lot of the markets that I'm doing this fall are 2-day markets, which I prefer because I can set up and I'm there. I'm good for the weekend. I can go the day before. It stresses me out to go in the morning and set up. I don't like it, but I found some really great, I hope great markets for this season. They're all indoors. I live in Texas. The weather is sporadic at best. It can go from being super hot to a rainstorm, and then it's muggy, but it's cooler, and then it heats up again. I don't know. It's crazy. I love it here though. I absolutely love it. I just do not do outdoor markets anymore. So keep that in mind if you are doing outdoor markets. I ran out of rollerballs. I ordered them. My normal supplier was out, so I used somebody else. You guys, I'm embarrassed. This is so awful. They put everything in these little thin bags. Hold on. It was just put in a box, and when the box arrived, it was like beat to hell. And then they just threw the rollerballs, glass rollerballs, in this thin ass plastic in the box. And then these like heavy, these have the metal rollerball on them right on top of that. And that's it. And then this was on the top. Are you freaking kidding me? So these are like, a lot of these are broken in here. I just want to be careful to not touch. What did you think was going to happen? Normally, my other supplier, they're packaged in bubble wrap inside a box, and they're all like, I think there's 25 to a box. So some of them have this, but there are shards of glass inside. I cannot use these. I cannot use them. So I sent them a picture, of course, because I'm not trying to dig my hands in here. You all get it. I'm so pissed. So that's why this is here. I need to figure that out. I'm waiting for them to get back to me. I'm happy to send them back because I can't use them. They come with funnels. I'll always keep a funnel. It's always good to have, and these are small. These are a great size for them. I like the long neck, so I always have gloves, of course, pipettes, and then these are my magnetic stirrers that I use for the magnetic stir. I love this. It's a great little workhorse, always doing the most. And then I have these long bullets as well. They're longer bullets that go into like a bigger beaker. So depends upon what I'm doing. Like the roller balls, if I'm making like 15 or 20 of those, I can still put them in like a smaller beaker just because that makes a ton. So it's pretty efficient like that. And I will use a small one for that. So this is the new digital to auto, which I really like. I would prefer digital any other time. This is good within about, I want to say 5 degrees, 7 degrees. If you haven't seen it, I was doing the Lock Advent calendar. So these are all of the oils. I'm putting my favorites into wax because some of these fragrances blew my mind. If you haven't seen them, they're under shorts. Yo, I'm impressed. They're in Canada, so it may not be an option for everybody because it does make it more expensive, and then the shipping as well. But like, it's so hot. People all the time are like, have you tried this fragrance oil company? Have you tried this company? This, and it's like, there are so many suppliers and so many oils, but not enough time. So I'm doing the best that I can. So yeah, I just have my scale. This is what I use just for the wax. So when I'm doing the big picture, I will take this off. As y'all know, I always have these silicone mats to catch any drippage from wicks. I've got pliers here for wickless testing. I've got all my caps under here. I love this little tool. This is so great. It measures, like, so you know when to stop pouring. I now know it with my eyeball, but when I'm testing new jars or whatever, this is great because you just put it on the side and you can measure, and then you can move this up or down so you know exactly where your fill weight is. It's great. I got it on Etsy. I'll share it down below. And then I do candle evaluations. So if you want to get some feedback and helpful advice, tips, whatever, how to move forward, what to change, what to look for, I do offer that if you are interested. I love these Mad Micas. I've been keeping them here because I've been playing with them a lot. I've been making some custom products and products for myself. It's fun to see what they do depending upon how much you use, but these are fantastic. This is my other Digi. I no longer use wax in there. I have my melt and pour soap in there. I set it to 130 degrees. Perfect. And I will use that until it dies, and then I will toss it in the garbage and never look back. Tuato does have a soap melter. I will get that one. So listen, I've got a closet over here. It's got all of my vessels for like soaps, jars, extra wicks, testers, all my additives, all my stuff. It's a whole nother video. I think there is so much to get into there. Oh my gosh. I always keep a dust buster in here just to kind of clean up. I'm always tidying as I go. I just think it's a good practice so that things don't overwhelm you. I mean, obviously things were like a mess, but they aren't dirty. They are clean. So this wall here, can you see? So this wall is all of my candle making stuff. So I have my wick setter and my wick holders. This is for the 8.5 ounce. And then this is for the 11.5 ounce. This is a magnet. This is a magnet that Buckeye made for me, and I love it. Wait, it goes here. What do I have? I have extra smaller bags of wicks here. These are CD, of course, fragrance blonder strips. These are wick stickers that come with like every Tuato. I use these in all of my testers because I don't want to waste. I don't want to throw these away, you know? They're really thin and small. I wouldn't recommend these for like your big jazz or whatever because there isn't a lot of buffer there for wax and it could burn way too low, way too hot. So yeah. Of course I have my Norden wick trimmer. This is the 1/4 inch, and then this is the labeler, Lifesaver. Could not place labels to save my life, but as you can see, nice and straight. Thank God. Could not do that on my own. These, highly recommend that. You only need the one, you know what I mean? Unless you have more like multiple people working with you, which I do not. But if you do and you're there at that stage, you should get a couple so that however many staff you have that would be labeling things can use that. So yeah, these are for the tins, but they also work on the jelly jars. They're a little big. but they still work. I just they still sit on the glass, but I just started using those again, of course. Also great for wicks. And of course, the bow ties. Pick your poison, whatever you like to work with. And it doesn't matter if it sits this way or this way in your jar. You know? Do what works for you. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Do what works for you. And if you like a popsicle stick, use a popsicle stick. If you hate a popsicle stick, use the bow tie, you know? These I use for the roller balls. Also to get, like Makesy, it has like the dropper, Vine Vita. I use these to get those out because it's a pain in the ass. I'm not trying to like, you know, sit there forever like shaking in the fragrance oil. So I do use those. It's super handy for sure. I also have this, if you are analog like I am, I like to write, I like to like dig in. This is from Plum Paper, plumpaper.com. You can design your own planner. So like, how do you like to do things? Do you want your day of the week to start on a Sunday or a Monday or a Tuesday? I love it. You get to pick your color thing as well. So, sorry, we are on September. I cannot believe it. We are on September. And so, you know, use each day, you know. I don't want to show you all my stuff, but all of my ideas, plans, what I want to film, what I need to do, questions, things that I'm thinking about, blend ideas. Yeah, I like to analog pen and paper all day or day. So that is my studio at home. I love it here. It makes me happy. I love being in this space. So whether I'm just doing like computer work or I'm actually like making or whatever, I have a lot of space and it really helps me be more productive. I was in such a teeny tiny space, grateful for the space, but I'm also grateful to be able to stretch out, stretch out here. So I'm gonna go make some labels for that. I'm gonna show you how I do that. It'll be coming in a video soon, so stay tuned. Thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. Until the next one, I'll see you then. Bye.